Good day everyone. I'm Rona May Serdan taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. So my topic for today is all about the speech sound. What is speech sounds? Speech sounds are those of vowel and consonants. A vowel sound is a speech sound that is produced through an open throat and mouth passage without any hindrance or obstruction. A consonant sound is one that is pronounced with a certain degree of obstruction and restriction at the lips, inside the mouth, and in the throat. There are 11 recognizable vowel sounds and 24 consonant sounds in English and several more variants which include the vowel types and consonant forms. Unfortunately, however, the number of sounds is more than the letters of the English alphabet. For example, the letter O can be pronounced differently in old, hot, obey, and form. In the same manner, C can be variously pronounced in the words car, scent, and cello. Because of the multiplicity of sound, a letter can have linguists have devised a scientific codification of sounds, the IPA or International Phonetic Alphabet, where a symbol represents a distinct speech sound. Vocalizing vowel sounds. The classification of vowel sounds, the name given to each type, and the clarity and accuracy in your pronunciation depend upon the position of the articulators that produce the vowels, the shape and the size of the resonance cavities in the mouth, and the shape and size of the openings out of which the sound. The lips, the jaw, the tongue, the velum, and the walls of the pharynx are mainly responsible for the production of vowel sounds, the tongue being the chief articulator because of its position in the mouth and its versatility and adaptability to speed and motion. Before ultrasound and other imaging tools provided easy viewing of the tongue during speech, phoneticians describe vowels in terms of the positions of the tongue, its relative height and backness in the mouth, and its rigidity or tension. Relative backness of the tongue in the mouth. There are three basic tongue positions. You push your tongue to the front of your mouth, you leave it in the middle, or you push it to the back. Next is the relative height of the tongue in the mouth. There are three basic positions. Your tongue is high, in the middle, or low in your mouth. Relative rigidity of the tongue muscles. There are two states. Your tongue is rigid or tense, or relaxed or lax. Figuring out whether your tongue is tense or lax is not so obvious. If you need to know whether a vowel is tense or lax, check if the vowel that can end a word. In English, only tense vowels can end a word. This is about as good a definition of what tense means as any. The actual definition of tenses depends on things like the vowel or like the sound wave, frequencies, and the position and shape of the root of the tongue. But those old phoneticians had good ears and identified and classified the vowels correctly for the most part. High vowels usually do have a high tongue height, and back vowels usually do use more of the back of the tongue. So, linguists still use the tongue positions as way to classify vowels. The front vowels. If you start with the vowel in seed, extend the vowel and slowly lower your jaw to say the vowel in sad. You will run through the full front vowel series in English in this order. I, high front tense vowel in it, each, meet, see. I, high front lax vowel, lax version of I, in it, each, meet, sit. E, mid front tense vowel in eight, ache, mate, say. E, in front lax vowel, lax version of E, in wet, h, meet, said. A, low front lax vowel in mad, sad, lad, had. English has no low front tense vowel. The lax vowel I still counts as high even though it's not as high as I. Lax vowels are usually a little lower than their tense counterparts. Similarly, E, the lax counterpart of E, is mid, though it's a little lower than its tense counterpart. The back vowels. English back vowels made with the back of the tongue include the following 5. First one is high back tense round vowel, sound in oops, ooze, suit, to. Second, high back lax round vowel, lax version of U, sound in should, would, could, hook, shock. Third, mid back tense round vowel, sound in oats, ose, soak, so. Fourth, mid back lax round vowel, lax version of O, occurs only in some varieties of English, including the New York and New Jersey pronunciations of the word coffee and coat. And lastly, low back tense vowel in sad, cad, and for some dialects, so, low. There's no lax counterpart of A in English. Remember that lax vowels are a little lower than their tense counterparts, so the lax vowel U still counts as high even though it's not as high as U. And C, the lax counterpart of O, is mid, though it's lower than its tense counterpart. If you place your hand under your jaw and say soap and then soap, you'll fit that your jaw drops a lot from the high back to the low back vowel. Back vowels can have under-rounded counterparts. English doesn't, but other language do. Take an U as an round your lips that makes a high back tense unrounded vowel. This is the first vowel in the Japanese word sushi. Denoting vowels. Phoneticians describe schwa as the sound you make when you aren't trying to say anything. Relax your jaw and let your tongue rest neither high nor low and neither front nor back. Now, make a vowel sound. It's a common vowel in languages like English that produce sequences of alternating long stress and short unstressed syllables. In English, schwa appears only in unstressed syllables and especially when you talk fast. Some examples are dati, Satan, marvel, and Canada. The vowel A is a lot like schwa, but it can stand alone in a stressed syllable. Most speakers of English say A as in hot, cut, sun, fun, and mock. It's both lower and further back in the mouth than schwa. The moving vowels. Say A vowel as in hop. Now extend it into a big long vowel A and then move it to E as in say and try to stop. Try it again. A. Faster now. A. If you don't emphasize the E too much, just sort of go toward the position for it. You'll end up saying the vowel in the words mine, I, and sigh. This kind of vowel is made by moving from one vowel to another. Linguists call these combinations of vowels diphthongs. English has 3 major diphthongs. First, this is the diphthong you just said in mine, I, or sigh. Second, moving from C, the vowel in New Jersey, coffee, towards, but not quite, reaching the mid from E as in shape. This is the diphthong in soy, koi, and ploy. Last, moving from A up to high back, near U as in shock. This is the diphthong in loud, cow, and so. Some transcriptions use I as the endpoint for the first as in mine and second as in soy. Diphthongs AL, and CL. Most people end these diphthongs with E. If a vowel is written with a colon after it, like I, the colon tells you that the vowel is long. English has long and short versions of every vowel, compared to bid, bit, bit. In English, length is most of use for tense vowels like I, but other languages use vowel length to change meaning. In such languages, vowel length is constructive. Critical sounds for practice. The Filipino speaking English as a foreign language is invariably influenced by the vowel and consonant sounds of its native language. Based on a contrastive analysis of Filipino and English sound as well as a study of Filipinos' pronouncing habits, substitutions, and overlappings occur. These include 1 for I, bit, bit, A for a, hot, hot, P for F, for, or S for Z, su, for zoo. For this reason, exercises will focus and reinforce the English sounds, the vowels and consonants which are absent or critical in the Filipino sound system such as I, 1, E, A and O, U, U, F, V, E, 8, Z, S, 3, its, DZ, HW, including differences in time duration. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.